There's a company called Police Security, and they do nothing but flashlights or lighting up tools. So I get to show you one that is exemplary. And I'll tell you, it's one of the least expensive items in the show, and it's one that I think you'll use all the time. Having a headlamp is the easiest way when you're working with both hands to be able to still see what it is that you want to see. That clearance sale price is way lower than what we originally made these available for. Now, what makes this such a unique light is that the center spotlight is magnetized and it's held in place, but when you need to pop it off, it's easy to do. Now, there's also two additional, I'm going to turn it off for a second. Give me a second. This is going to flash. Okay? There are two spotlights here and here. So when the light is on, the second you pick it up and move it from those magnets, the other two lights light. I want you to see how bright this thing is. I have to keep my eyes closed. That light is very intense. The second you place it back into its location, the other two go out. And it's a comfortable lamp. By the way, the batteries that you need for these already come with it. I don't know if you consider a flashlight to be a tool, but I do, and an important tool. So I'm going to bring in my tool guy. Howard Irvine is broadcasting live from his home workshop. Howard, I've seen a lot of headlamps. This to me is one of the most innovative.
It is so cool, Dan. It is the 3-in-1 because you're getting 3 lights in one. The headlamp is great because it's hands-free, so your hands are free to do other things. You have the high, the low, and off, but the 3-in-1 is you have the main headlamp with 230 lumens, but then you can pop this one out. You still have a headlamp because the other two LEDs come on and they're controlled by a switch in the back, and now you've got a hands-free flashlight for those times when you just need light in another spot. So again, you've got the high and low, but this one is magnetic, so it can go onto anything that supports a magnet, whether it's your toolbox handle or your car, your refrigerator, your electric box. And it's IPX7 waterproof, which is 3 feet underwater for 30 minutes. It's also impact resistant. That makes it so cool. Such a great light because you can put it on there, charge it up. The battery's in the back. Keep it charged and also power it when it's in its place. When it's removed, the flashlight is powered by the lithium-ion battery built in. When it pops back in, it recharges it so it's ready to go the next time. It will run for 4 hours on that set of batteries. 230 lumens, impact-resistant, waterproof, up to IPX7. Police Security Flashlights has been making flashlights for 30 years. They know what they're doing to give those professionals the flashlight they need. So whether you're grilling out like I do all the time, walking the dog, going to get some firewood, riding your bicycle, pop this on. I use a headlamp probably several times a week, and I'm sure you do too, Dan.
Well, this time of year, I can't get my farm chores done before dark. The sun goes down too darn early. I am not a fan, by the way, of daylight savings time.
Not
dumbest
me
dumbest rule I've ever heard of.
It is.
So I'm working every night until past dark. Now, given another month, that'll change. But you have to consider police or security personnel, their flashlight is their lifeline. That's one of the most important tools they have. I love working with my hands, and I love working out in the garage. I have a 32 Ford that is my baby. I love that car. And I tinker with it. That car will never be done. I'm changing something all the time on it. So I need light, and you need the light to be where you want. That's a $21 price tag. Before Valentine's Day, which is coming up, that's the day after tomorrow. Are you ready?
I'm ready, Dan.
I figured
this is something I would this is something I would love to receive rather than a box of chocolates because flashlights are a necessity. We need to be able to see, and versatility is probably my favorite feature in any tool, like the Swiss Army knife. It does more than one thing, and this way you've got the headlamp, but you've also got two other things. By just popping that out, you've still got the headlamp, but now you've got a handheld that is magnetic, so you can put on the handle of your toolbox. On anything that supports a magnet, you've got the high, the low, off, pop it back in, and it's recharging you couldn't get a cooler flashlight. Powered in the back, there's a switch back there. There's also a switch on the rechargeable unit that pops on, and it controls it, as well as the button in the back. So versatile. I love this flashlight. I do it for all the outdoor activities, especially when we're in daylight savings, and it's a lot shorter than normal, although it's getting longer now. But as the weather warms, I'll want to do more things outside, whether taking a hike, biking. I was just camping out with my daughter who's in Scouts this weekend in the cold, and I needed my headlamp then too.
It's a smart idea. I've had headlamps before, but I've never had one that has that removable front lens that works so
ingenious.
easily. And the fact that when you remove it, again, the two lights that you see here on the side that are not lit automatically light. So you're never without the light itself. It's a brilliant design, telling you. Howard is coming back a little bit later on. We're going to talk about American-made tools at a great price, and all of that's still in store. Howard, thank you.
Thanks, Dan. See you soon.
Howard